How's it going, guys? Equal here, and welcome to week 11 of the PGL. This week we're up against Lax and his Sydney Seakings, and I have a couple of things to note. First of all, I can't talk very loudly because it's currently 7:03 in the morning. I had to get up quite early to battle Lax because I'm going out soon, and you know, I need to battle Lax. I need to get this out of the way, especially because I have to battle Chase later this week because I'm out of town next week. So I need to have next week's PGL battle this week so that I can get that up for you guys and I don't have to make him battle an assistant coach. A lot of things are happening with that. Second thing to note, yes, I'm wearing a beanie. It's 7 in the morning. I don't have good hair right now, you know. So the beanie's here. It'll be here probably for the actual battle. Sorry, you didn't get to stare at my hair for too long. But yeah, that's not too bad, to be honest. I don't think there's anything else I need to address. Let's hope not. So let's go over our team real quick, like. So our team consists of Alakazam, Mega Altaria, Milotic, Ninetales, Heliolisk, Mega Houndoom, Avalugg, Swallow, Gorgeist, Crocodile, Terrakion, and Celebi. And that has changed for about 5 mons. It's too early in the morning for this. It's changed from about 5 mons from our original draft. Compare that to Lax's, which are right next to us in the sheet, which is great, who have not changed at all. So he's still got Manaphy, Klefki, Zapdos, Arcanine, Mega Heracross, Kabutops, Uxie, Roserade, Miss Mages, Flygon, Snorlax, and Rotom Frost. So things to note. Obviously, low speed. He doesn't have very high speed. His fastest one is in 105, and he has 3 base 100s. So, you know, he's not that fast. The majority of our draft outspeeds him. The next thing to do is that, well, no, he's done Trick Room before. He's put Trick Room on Uxie before, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did it again. But if he puts Trick Room on his team, it's really not the end of the world. You know, I don't think we're really too worried about Trick Room. Other things to note. What other things do we have to note here, really? It's just the low speed, I think. You know, there's not much else that I can really say. Just the low speed, to be honest. I think last time I said that Terrakion runs through like half of his team, which is true, it does. But you know what also does that is Ninetales. A good fire type will deal with Klefki. In the sun, it will deal with the Zapdos. Solar Beam, we have Manaphy. I'll get into it in a minute. But yeah, we have nice mons sort of spread around throughout the team. So let's go ahead and get into our team first. So first off, we have this Mega Altaria, who should be named Ploof. It's not named Ploof because it's on Showdown. I can't be asked to name them on Showdown. So we have Ploof the Mega Altaria, who's got Return, Roost, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. 20 EVs into HP, 252 into attack, 236 into speed, with an Adamant Nature. This is just a standard Altaria, really, and the reason that it's standard is because it wrecks through his team. It just destroys. Bless me. It just completely destroys his team. If we're at +1, I think we OHKO the majority of things. If we're at +2, I think we OHKO everything. So that's good. It's got enough speed to outspeed a Scarf Roserade at +2. And he brought Scarf Roserade last time, so if we know that it's going for a Leaf Storm, and we know that it's Scarfed, whack it in, go for Dragon Dance, eat up a hit, or at least set up one for free while he swaps out, and then depending on what he swaps out to, either kill it, or, you know, if the Roserade has low enough HP, I think in Earthquake doesn't hit anywhere between like 70 and 80%, maybe more. So, yeah. That's good stuff, that's goodness. So we just need to whip down the Roserade and maybe the Klefki as well, but the Klefki is not too much of a problem, it has Magnet Rise. So good stuff there. So yeah, that's our Altaria. It's nice and standard. Next up we have the Ninetales, who's not got a nickname because it's not got a nickname, I can't think of one. Sorry. It's holding the Heat Rock with Drought, Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, Solar Beam, and Nasty Plot. 52 into speed and 252 into special attack with 4 into HP. With a Timid Nature, super duper standard. This thing speed ties with Flygon, Manaphy, and Zapdos, which is why I want it at max speed. It's got the Heat Rock Drought because we have Heliolisk down the line, who has solar power. Spoilers. So I'd like the sun to be up as long as possible. His only fire type that benefits from it is Arcanine, and even then, not really. So that's good. So we have Flamethrower just for nice and stab, good coverage, deals with Klefki. A Flamethrower in the sun will do a hell of a lot to a Zapdos, unless it's especially defensive. I think it OHKOs a Mega Heracross. It does a hell of a lot to Uxie, but we have Dark Pulse on there just for that as well. Kills a Roserade, obviously. I don't know about Mismagius. Probably does it quite a lot, but we have Dark Pulse again. Flygon we don't have anything for on this set, but I don't know if we need it. I was going to say we could whack in Power Ice on there for something, but I don't think he's bringing Flygon, to be honest. And if he does, we've only got 2 Mons weak to ground, and one of them is holding an Air Balloon, so we'll see about that. We have other checks for it anyway. You know, we're not keeping Ninetales in on the Flygon, of course we're not. We'll just go into Altaria or Avalugg and Soaker Pits. And then we have Solar Beam for the Manaphy, because the Solar Beam in the sun, I think, OHKOs? I'm not sure, I'll have to check that in the battle, but I think it does. And then Nasty Plot is there because if you say a Nasty Plot, things are dying, that's an ouch, that's an ouchie right there. That's, if we send this in, get a Nasty Plot turn 1, and it's in the sun, that's very ouch. You don't want to be taking a Flamethrower for a +2 sun boosted Ninetales, you really don't. So that's Ninetales here. Next up we have Bandito the Crocodile, with Moxie, Tree Scarf, as per usual. Earthquake, Stone Edge knockoff, and no, not Stone Edge, Earthquake knockoff, Stealth Rock, and Superpower, with 8 into HP, 252 into attack, and 248 into speed. Enough speed, he doesn't have max speed because we don't need it. He has enough speed to outspeed a max speed Scarf Roserade, and then just max attack and 8 into the remaining HP, because why not? I should probably stop running Scarf Moxie, I'm gonna be real. I need to stop running Scarf Moxie. It's just too good. I just can't help it, it's just too good. Earthquake hits so many things. It's Klefki, Arcanine, Kabutops. The Roserade doesn't want to take an Earthquake really, it's got too little defense. Even the Rotom, well no, the Rotom has to take, but like, we have Superpower for that, so yeah. Knockoff is there for, you know, other stab and for a powerful attack. On top of that, we can get rid of the Klefki's leftovers. Although we'd probably just go for Earthquake, depending on the spread. We can knock off the Uxie's leftovers as well. Uxie's a bit of an issue because it's so fucking bulky and it can T-wave things. So this is what we want to send in on the Uxie, because we can't get T-waved. We can only get Toxic, and you know, we knock off them leftovers there, then their leftovers, and do a hell of a lot of damage, and then we can hit it back again. It probably is U-turn, but you know, we can look at a U-turn, we're bulky enough to do that. Especially from Uxie, it's not very offensive, let's be honest. Knockoff's there for the Mismagius as well. Unless it's Scarf, we will outspeed kill. So you know, that's good. And then the Superpower is there for the Rotom, for the Snorlax. You know, for the Kabutops, I guess, but we just Earthquake instead. You know, just there for things that we don't already hit effectively, like the Snorlax and the Rotom. We don't already hit super effectively, I don't think, with anything on the rest of our team, so it's nice to have some stab. I don't think a Superpower will OHKO a Snorlax. I don't think, but that's fine, you know, it's a Snorlax. Worst it can do is just Body Slam me. Or start to curse, and we have options for it in stuff like Return, Mega Altaria. It starts cursing, that's what we call set up fodder. So yeah. Next up we have Swellow, and this is a really interesting Swellow. This is where my creative prowess shines, if you will. This is Jet the Swellow holding the flame on with guts. Roost, Pluck, U-turn, and Facade with 28 into HP, 252 into attack, Adamant Nature, 8 into speed, and 220 into 8 into defense, sorry, 220 into speed. Good thing about this is that because it's so fast, we don't have to run a Jolly Swellow. We outspeed a non-Scarf Mismagius with this, and that's his fastest one, so barring any Scarfers, this thing outspeeds his entire team, which is great. It's got Roost on there to get back some of that HP that it'll lose from Flame Orb. It's got Pluck, sheerly because we don't have to run Brave Bird. Pluck from this thing will A, OHKO a Mega Heracross, if it's not defensive, and B, it will OHKO a Rose Raid, and if the Rose Raid's holding a berry, I would have put Aerial Ace on this thing, but if Rose Raid's holding a berry for whatever reason, we can just eat the berry and kill it. You know, if it's got a berry to weaken flying type attacks, who knows? We can just pluck that out of there and take it out. And everything else, I'd rather just Facade on, to be honest. Apart from the Klefki, we can't really touch the Klefki with this thing. The downside to Swallow is that it doesn't have anything to touch Steel types unless you're on hidden power fighting. But with its 50 special attack, you're not doing that. So we can't hit Steel types. So I'd rather just U-turn out, which is fine. So yeah, that's fine. That's good. This thing is also switched into Klefki because if it wants to Thunder Wave me, it can't. Flame Orb. And if the Uxie wants to Thunder Wave us, can't Flame Orb. Which is good, which is very, very good. So this thing, I think, is going to come in a bit more useful than I originally thought it would. Because it opens Mega Heracross, it opens a Rose Raid, those are his two main offensive threats. In my opinion, anyway. You know, he can run, I don't know, offensive Zapdos or whatever. I think those two are the main things that I'm worried about right now. Which is good. Yay. And then obviously U-turn is there for coverage, or for Switch Initiative, and then Facade for coverage and hit hard. You know, standard stuff. Next up we have Avalugg, mounting the Avalugg with Sturdy, holding leftovers, Rapid Spin, Recover, Avalanche and EQ. 244 into HP, 12 into attack and 252 into special D with a careful nature. This thing, super duper standard as per usual. Rapid Spin to get rid of his spikes and his stealth that he wants to set up with his Klefki. Recover's there for recover. Avalanche is there for stab. It can hit the Flygon and OHKO it obviously. It can hit the Zapdos super duper hard. It can hit the Rose Raid, probably OHKO it because Rose Raid's defense is in HP really bad. And it'll probably hit the Snorlax pretty hard, to be honest. Avalugg has a decent HP stat, so this is good. And then we have EQ there, sheerly for the Klefki and the Arcanine and the Kabutops. Because Earthquake is pretty good against those, it turns out. Earthquake's a pretty good coverage move, so, you know, I like that. And we don't really need toxic things, I'm going to be honest. With the Klefki there, he's automatically got a built-in toxic switcher. And, you know, he has Rose Raid as well, which can't get toxic, so we don't really need to toxic things. Avalugg doesn't get any other form of status, so we don't really need to status things, I don't think. You know, we'll just go for a more offensive set, I suppose. Even though his bulky talent is meant to you know, take hits, but you get what I mean. You know, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, that's Avalugg. It's standard. Nothing really special about it. He's here. He's a table. He's ready to carry the team, as it were, on his back because he's fat enough to fit them all on there. So next up we have this Heliolisk, Tomato the Heliolisk, holding the air balloon with solar power, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Dark Pulse, and Volt Switch. 252 into special attack, 28 in special defense, and then 228 into speed with a timid nature. This thing hits hard. Heliolisk in the sun with solar power hits hard. I think a Thunderbolt from this thing will OHKO automatically. It will do serious damage to a Klefki, I'm assuming. Probably to a Zapdos as well. It's neutral, but you know, yeah. It's stab. Or we can just Hidden Power Ice it. Thunderbolt will hurt an Arcanine, it will hurt a Mega Heracross, it will OHKO a Kabutops definitely. Uxie's fat. Depending on the spread, it'll hurt. Although we had Dark Pulse for that, so that's fine. We have Hidden Power Ice for the Rose Raid, Dark Pulse for Miss Magus, Hidden Power Ice for Flygon, Thunderbolt's not gonna be too great on a Snorlax. Snorlax is pretty bulky, not gonna lie. Especially on the special side, it doesn't need a hell of a lot of investment. I can't speak today because it's too early in the morning. Snorlax doesn't need a hell of a lot of specialty investment to take special hits, but this thing in the sun has basically got a choice specs on there, so you know, I thought about running Life Orb on this thing, but think about it. In the sun with Life Orb, we're taking a hell of a lot of damage. That's, what, 1/5 of our health gone each turn? Because doesn't Sun take a 10th? And then Life Orb does the same? Oh, this loses an 1/8. If it's an 1/8 on each, then we're losing, you know, we're still losing quite a lot of health. And it's not going to be around for long, and I don't like that. It's not all that fast to begin with, so Scarfer will kill us. And if we know that the Flygon is scarfed into EQ, if he brings it, of course, then we can just send this thing in, do the work, you know, it's good. And then Volt Switch is there just for switch initiative. We're fast enough as it is, so just get in there, Volt Switch out, get a bit of damage off on anything, and we'll be good, So yeah, I don't think he's bringing the Kabutops, so I don't have to worry about Aqua Jets and things like that breaking the air balloon. If he does bring Kabutops, great. That's great. We have EQ on Crocodile, we have Solar Beam on Ninetales, we have a Mega Altaria which resists his, you know, his water stab, and we have this thing which outspeeds. So great. I hope you do. But yeah, that wraps up this team builder for this week against Lax. Sorry that it was so like early in the morning and I have to be quiet and do all this sort of stuff, but there are people getting ready to go to work. If you probably hear them walking past my room some point in the video. You probably will in the battle as well, to be honest. But you know, what do? Just how schedules align. And it's my fault for really setting today up, as I should have not done that. Stupid. But yeah. Anyway, that wraps up this team build. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to click the like button because that means I'm doing a good job and that you guys want to see more. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get a part of this. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.